today what I want to do is I want to surprise my husband before he gets up. And he loves chocolate chip cookies. When I first met him, I added some oatmeal to the chocolate chip cookie batch that I made. And he said, no, don't do that. I just want chocolate chip cookies. So we're going to make a regular batch. Then I'm going to divide it and I'm going to add some other ingredients that are healthier. And what first thing you do is you cream your butter or margarine. The reason I'm wearing glasses, I need glasses when I read. So, and this is very small print on the back of this chocolate chip recipe. And I did get some new glasses a couple months ago, and my other glasses were broken, and I had to tape them with Scotch tape. It wasn't going so well. So after that, you add your sugars. Okay, and it's brown sugar and white sugar, but I'm going to combine the sugars. 3/4 cup of each, and I need to grab my measuring cups. Okay. Eventually, I plan on getting an island, and you'll be seeing more videos like this. The island is not that expensive. I think they've gone down in price, and it's on wheels, and it has cabinets, and it's really cool, and it's white. I enjoy an all-white kitchen. It's just so bright when you have a small kitchen. I love for the cabinets to be painted white too, but my husband's not going for that. He likes that natural wood look. I need to get the brown sugar out here in the larger package here. One thing about me is I try to minimalize in all the other areas of my house, but when it comes to the kitchen, there are so many utensils that you need if you like to cook very often, especially from scratch. That is very important to have all your supplies when baking and cooking. So we have 2 different kinds of sugars going on here. We have light brown sugar and regular white sugar. Okay. For cooking over the stove, you can wing it pretty much and eyeball your measurements. But when it comes to baking, it is best to use precise measurements. Okay, I got everything mixed together here. Next, we're going to add our vanilla and eggs, 2 eggs. There we go. And I'm going to save the shells to grind up in the food processor and add them to the garden for compost. It provides quite a bit of calcium and protein. Of course, you can use a mixer. I just prefer to do it by hand. That's the first thing I learned to make, sugar cookies at Christmas time. And I love just the elbow grease you can put into it. Now we're going to add our vanilla. Go. I need 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. 2 1/4. All right, let's do the leavening, which is just baking soda, and that's 1 teaspoon. And salt, 1 teaspoon. And just mix that up together. So I'm mixing it's best to do it this way. You can do it all in one bowl, and I've done it before to save time. It's just kind of nice to mix it up in separate bowls. You just add the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients in the larger bowl. And mix that together.
Divide the batter between 2 bowls.
Put this aside for now. So this is about 1/4 of a bag, I would say. Yeah. That looks like enough. If not, I'll add some to the top before I put the cookies in the oven. So that dough is mixed. I need to chill it. Yep. So I've been chilling this dough for a little while. Now we're working with this dough, and I'm going to add oats and raisins. This is a chocolate chip cookie recipe, but I'm going to see what happens if I add the oats. Very experimental. I wanted oatmeal raisins. And if it was in the fall time and I had dried cranberries available, I would use those too. I have almonds, but they're very hard. I was going to chop them up and put them in this, but hey, why not? I could smash them, or they're extremely hard. They're raw almonds. I'm using a clean meat pounder. Now this table's a little wobbly, and it's working. If you have those almonds that are already sliced, you can use those if you like. Or use walnuts. That's what I would use if I had them. You can bet I'm going to order some from Walmart coming up here because I love walnuts. And if you have an island, a kitchen island, and plenty of space in your kitchen, I want to tell you how blessed you are. That is a blessing. And kitchen organization is very important. And in a small space, it's challenging. Let me know what your favorite cookies are. I love making cookies. The warm weather's hitting today, so I'm going to get outside. So this may be the last cooking video I do this week. But I got these almost completely chopped up, and we'll be putting them in the mix too. There's raisins in there. Lots of raisins, almonds, and oatmeal.
At this point, we need to chill both bowls of cookie dough in the refrigerator for several hours.
I've got the oven set at 375. I pulled out 2 sheet pans. We're going to do a sheet pan of each kind of cookie. And I'm using a large cookie scoop. You can use this for ice cream also. Here's the cookie dough. I decided to chill it longer than usual. I read that this will help the cookies from going flat when you put them on the pan. And I usually set them on the oven, which is a mistake. I don't want them to go flat. Now, if they go flat, I'm doing everything I possibly can do. And if you've ever made chocolate chip cookies, maybe you've had this problem too. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to start scooping the cookie dough onto the pans. This sheet's going to be regular chocolate chip, and this sheet is going to be the oatmeal raisin and
Chopped almonds.
these are going to be large ones, so I'm going to separate them. And I'm going to leave them in big clumps like that. I don't want them to be close together at all.
These large cookies took 12 minutes to bake.
Now they don't have that fancy look, they have that old-fashioned look, but they're not flat. They're not flat, not like they usually are. I think I'm going to put some more chocolate chips while they're still hot and make these look more decorative. Cool. I think they look pretty good. You have to be careful when removing these. I had removed them and I accidentally leaned against this one and the chocolate chip melted, but I put another chocolate chip on it. And removing, if they're too hot, it can be a problem. I probably should have waited a little bit longer, or just maybe I should have just taken them from the parchment paper onto the cooling rack. These look good. Wow. These are the best looking ones I've ever made. I made a lot of chocolate chip cookies in my time. They always tasted good, but they never looked that good. Even Toll House, you know, they have that old fashioned look, and these do too. But they just look better than I normally make. And they're not as misshapen. Misshapen? I believe that's a word. Now, this batch does not have chocolate chips at all. This is the oatmeal raisin and chopped almonds. But I prefer a healthier cookie with oats to balance everything out for dietary reasons. I'm using a smaller cookie scoop, a much smaller one. I want these to be smaller because I'll eat 2 no matter what. So they might as well be small. We'll be baking for 8 to 10 minutes.
The raisin oatmeal cookies are done.
And they look really good. They look different from regular oatmeal cookies, I'll say that. But this experiment's going very well. I'm going to decorate these with raisins. Yeah. And that looks like a white chocolate chip, but it's an almond. It's actually an almond, a chopped almond. I think these look pretty good.
Let me know what you think. This experiment went very well. You can definitely use chocolate chip cookie dough for other cookies, like oatmeal cookies. That way we get one batch of my husband's favorite cookies, which are chocolate chip, and one batch of oatmeal raisin cookies, which are one of my favorites. All right. We know what the chocolate chip cookies taste like. I'm not worried about that. These are the ones I want to try. These are my cookies. These are my husband's, but these are different. We used one type of dough for two different kinds of cookies, and I think it worked out really well, but I want to see how these taste. Are they close enough to genuine oatmeal cookies, or are they slightly different is the question. Let's give it a taste test. Yay! My favorite part of these challenges. Here's the cookie. Has lots of raisins. Can hardly wait. It tastes just like an oatmeal cookie, but it's firmer. They're not falling apart or anything like that. This solved the problem of desiring two different kinds of cookies at the same time. I don't have to make two separate doughs. I mean, that takes a long time to create the cookie dough to begin with. To do two doughs, two separate types of cookie dough is very challenging. But the way that we did it for this experiment, I think it worked out very well. You can do a good oatmeal raisin cookie with chocolate chip cookie recipe, but this is a much healthier cookie as far as I'm concerned because it has the oats and the raisins and the almonds. And I love it. I love it. I feel good about eating this cookie. The chocolate chip cookies, oh man, they are delicious. And I know they are, but they are just not as wholesome. They're not as wholesome. And, but you can pick and choose which kind you want. This would be great to make a large, like double or triple recipe for a bake sale or for a church function, and then have the two trays separate but right next to each other. That would be amazing. People would pick and choose which kind they want. But thanks for watching today. I hope I inspired you to be more efficient in the kitchen. Cook from scratch. It saves money, and you can save time by just making one type of cookie, adding different ingredients. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.